Some Tesla superchargers have identifying numbers on them like you can see here, but Tesla never really explains what these mean, and it's actually really important. Welcome everyone, my name is Zach and I make videos about electric vehicles. I recently completed a 3,800 mile road trip in my Tesla Model 3, stopping at over 30 superchargers along the way. And I was really surprised at how many people didn't know this, so I figured I would make a video to hopefully help people out. So if you've ever stopped at a Tesla supercharger, you may or may not have noticed these labels on the stalls. And they are actually really important because it means that you're using one of the older version 1 or version 2 superchargers, and Tesla used a bit of a hack to reduce cost when building these. And what I mean by that is that if there are 8 charging stalls, there are really only 4 charging circuits. Notice that there are only 4 electrical boxes at this charging station that has 8 chargers. Again, this is just the older Tesla superchargers, and I'll touch upon the newer ones in a little bit. These older chargers can output a max of 150 kilowatts. So if you look at the stalls, you can see here how we have a 1A and a 1B. That means that these 2 stalls are on the same circuit, and the 150 kilowatt output is split between the 2. So if you're using 1A and no one is using 1B, you'll charge at full speed. But if someone is using 1A and you show up and plug into 1B, it's a different story. The person that plugged in first on that circuit is going to get priority, and you'll be stuck with the leftovers. Meaning that if they're pulling 100 kilowatts to charge their car, you're only going to get a max of 50, which is going to take a long time to charge. As the first car's charge rate tapers off, yours will increase. But if stalls 2A and 2B are both available and you plug into one of those, you're going to get the max charge rate all to yourself. Now, to be fair to everyone that I encountered along my road trip that didn't know this, it's totally understandable because Tesla doesn't really tell you about this. It's fair to assume that each stall is capable of the max output and not even notice the numbers on them. But some Tesla owners get a bit annoyed when they're alone at a supercharger and then another car shows up and plugs into the same circuit as them, because I think it does actually slow down the charging for both users. From my own experience, when I'm there first and then someone else plugs into the other stall on the same circuit as mine, I find that it does actually slow down both, and even with priority, I end up only getting around 90 kilowatts. On long road trips, it's really important to minimize the time that you're stuck charging, and without knowing this detail, it could be really frustrating to see these low charging speeds. The unfortunate news with these older charging stations is that if the station is more than half full when you show up, it doesn't matter which one you plug into, you're not going to get the maximum charging speed. At least assuming that everyone else knows about this and is spread out among the circuits. And Tesla also wasn't very consistent with how they arranged the chargers. Some go 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, and so on right in a row. But then some will go 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, then 1B, 2B, 3B, 4B. So you really want to keep an eye out when you're pulling into a charging station to make sure you park in the right spot to maximize your charge rate. Now the newest chargers are all version 3 superchargers, and these are all wired individually, so each stall can deliver 250 kilowatts. And therefore you won't see numbers or letters labeling them. The other ways to tell if a supercharger is version 2 or version 3 is to look at the navigation map of available chargers and just double check the charging speed. If it's 250 kilowatts, then it's V3, and anything less will be version 1 or version 2, so you'll want to pick the appropriate stall. And once you get more comfortable supercharging, you'll be able to recognize the newer chargers based on the lighter and more maneuverable charging cable as well. So that's really all that I wanted to talk about, but since so many people weren't aware of this, I thought it would be a good topic to cover. And stay tuned for more videos about this road trip coming soon. But that's all for today. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Regardless, thanks for watching and see you next time.